We should be live now.
Let me get
Yep, we're live. Okay, we do have both ready, so whenever you're ready, Kirby.
Okay, there we go. I see it's live now. So, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Overwatch Oasis League. Normally this week we would be having some Tier 2 action, and we will get to that tomorrow with 3 games. But we do have to finish up Week 13 of Tier 3. We've got the White Walkers versus the Tater-Tots. This game had to be rescheduled. We had some of the players, I'm not sure which team.
I think it was White Walkers. A few of them live in Texas
a lot of them
and
live
in the South.
in Texas, and in the South, where the massive winter storm was taking place. So they were not able to make that game previously scheduled for last Thursday. So now we have rescheduled, and we've got a little bit of extra Tier 3 action for you before we get into Tier 2 tomorrow. But as always, I am Mr. Game and Kirby, and casting tonight is Red Hood Kitty.
Hello. Seems like a little bit of a curse for White Walkers having to reschedule into the Tier 2 weeks.
Yeah, second week in a row for them. It was funny to think that they would have a quick turnaround. You know, they had their game, 2 Thursdays ago. You thought, like, oh, they'd only have a couple days to prepare for the next game. Well, nope, they had a whole 2 other weeks. So now, hopefully, this next game they have will be on time, which will be unfortunate for them because it is less time to prepare.
So you want to roll us out with these lineups?
Yep, so we've got Tater-Tots. They're running their signature brawl. They've run this a lot lately, and this is the comp they're most comfortable on. As for White Walkers, they're running kind of the Wrecking Ball Sigma comp, where it's kind of a half dive with a shield. They've also got Bleem on the Echo, who we kind of played last week, Pog on the Tracer, and Moira Mercy. And we do see Tater-Tots able to take the first capture on this point. Bleem is going to get res, but I don't think it's going to matter. In fact, Ziptail does go down, so nice job there by White Walkers to get this first capture.
It's actually Tater-Tots getting the first capture.
Oh, yeah, I meant to say Tater-Tots. Apologies. And there we go. Organic Kale finding a pick onto Cypher Lily, making her first appearance of the season, I believe. And, well, now 30% here for the Tater-Tots. Looking pretty good so far. Getting a couple of their ults online. They have a good chance at maybe getting this to 99% and beyond.
Yeah, they're running something that's really going to be countering, especially Richard on that ball with the McCree and the Brawl. It doesn't seem like he's getting a lot of quality out of it here.
So here we go. Bleem is going to copy the Reinhardt. He's going in and is able to pin Organic Kale. Richard the Hard also decided to use the mines, as well as Reflex using the Gravitic Flux. Bleem building up another Shatter with the Duplicate, but that will be a team fight victory for White Walkers. But they did invest several ults to win that, whereas Tater-Tots, they didn't really use any. They have a lot to recontest with.
Yeah, we could be seeing a grab Blossom very soon here, especially with Psycho Man already having that Deadeye. That could be really deadly.
Ooh, and Psycho Man is taking out Pog. That is a massive pick, and AK Reflex is going down. Tater-Tots going really fast in these team fights, getting that first pick and immediately going aggressive. As Belia is going to use the sound barrier to make sure that they survive, and they will recapture the point. Only 27% on the board for White Walkers. Psycho Manus does go down, but Ziptail might get staggered, is going to get away.
Yeah, Pog kind of just gets a little revenge kill onto Psycho Mantis.
Yep, Pog still trying to cause some mischief here in the back lines. We are approaching 1 teamfight territory and 5 ultimates on the side of Tater-Tots. Richard the Hard getting close to another minefield, trying to barrel through here. Fusion Cypher uses that immortality field a little early, and now here comes Cypher Lily throwing in the Coalescence. That's a nice shatter from Jags, able to take out Cypher Lily and aka Pog, so now overtime has been initiated. Bleem takes out Mugen Cypher with the sticky bombs, but the grab from McBrantis gets the last remaining members. They're gonna combo that with the Death Blossom, and that will be Tater-Tots taking Ilios Lighthouse.
Yeah, it's just a lot of control from Tater-Tots not popping every single ult. They're new to like spread them out.
Yeah, and it was a great job of them not using all the ults in that losing fight too, you know, like that was, they were able to quickly recapture. They essentially only used like one ult to recapture anyway.
Yeah. Look, we've seen Psychomantis now on a Widow. Have we ever seen him on a Widow?
I believe he's played a little bit of Widowmaker in the past, but it definitely is not one of his signature heroes. Now we do see White Walkers. They're going to match the Brawl this time, except we don't really see a Brawl coming out from Tater-Tots this time around, as they've got McBrantis on the D.Va this time. But they still do have Organic Kale on the Reaper.
Trying to see if Psycho gets an initial pick. Nope. Let's move on to the fight.
To the hard, trying to pin in, but gets counterpinned by Jag. He's already incredibly low, getting the healing from Cypher Lily, and Jag does go down. Mugen Cypher able to get that sneaky res. Wall from Bleem is good, it cuts off Jag, but the follow-up isn't quite there. McBrantis is getting low, and Asbelia is going down. Looks like point control is firmly in the favor of White Walkers, and they will get the first capture here on Ruins.
Yeah, Pog and Bleem here are doing a lot of good work on the McCree May. Pog already 70% to his ult.
Yep, Pog definitely one of the best DPS players for this White Walkers team. He continues to cause nightmares for opposing teams. He's very, what's the word? Flexible as well. Like, there's a lot of characters he can play. So now here we go, Bleem trying to get the wall off, but Jag with a nice shatter, but Organic Kale is down. Cypher Lily gonna use the Coalescence so that the rest of White Walkers survive in the long fight, and that's just gonna be it. So the follow-up from the shatter from Tater-Tots is not quite there, and White Walkers are gonna continue to build a percentage on this point.
Alright, now Psychomantis is onto the Pharah. Just has to watch out for Pog. Pog already has Deadeye here. Yep,
Yeah.
just as you're saying it, Wexy, he switches.
Several ults online for the White Walkers. It's going to be tough for Tater-Tots right now, and they're caught in the grab. This isn't good. Psychomantis able to take out the ulting Pog, though, which isn't too bad. So that's 2 ults down from White Walkers. They do win another fight, and they are going to push it into one team fight territory, and they still have the Blizzard, as well as the Sound Barrier and the Shatter.
But here, McBrantis is going to be coming up with a D.Va bomb, so hopefully it's really huge and Tater-Tots are able to take this point. But yeah, just as you said, just one fight here.
So yeah, here we go. Zitail already pretty low. D.Va Bomb not gonna find anything, and Bleem throwing in the Blizzard. It's big, but the follow-up might not be there. Jag incredibly low is not gonna survive, and the picks are going in favor of Tater-Tots. Mugen Cypher goes down. No one's even able to touch. And both of these rounds fairly one-sided for both of these teams so far as we head to Well.
Ooh, well, especially with Reflex being in, I'm sure he'll probably pop out that hog. Or keep the Ryan Zarya.
I am interested that McBrantis has stayed on the D.Va. Now he's going to go to the Hog.
Yep.
But even in the previous round, I think maybe they should have gone to the back to the Zarya. But here we go. We are actually not going to see the Hog. Both teams. Ooh, Tater-Tots still kind of looking around. Might not be able to get to the point as fast.
There's that they are choosing to run this pulled pork, but McBrantis taking the Orisa and Jag taking the Hog.
Interesting, yep. Jag has typically been the main tank for this team this season, so we'll have to see how this goes. Psychomantis still on the Pharah, has to be careful for Pog. That hit scan is in play. Richard trying to get aggressive onto this Orisa, has to be careful for the Torb turret is already incredibly low, but Bleem finds the pick onto Kale. Bleem getting 2 picks right off the bat, and that will be a quick capture for White Walkers here on WoW.
Bleem picking up just yet another hero here. Usually he runs double birds on this map, but his Hanzo's getting really, really good. It looks like Sipta might be chasing Psycho. Oh, Psycho does make it out though. Oh, now we see Jack on a D.Va instead of the Hog.
Interesting choice. You don't see a lot of D.Va Orisa, but it can work. McBrantis, though, already incredibly low. Both of the tanks just taking so much damage, and Bleem, the tank shredder himself, Hanzo, definitely one of the best heroes in the game right now, and Bleem is taking full advantage of that. 2 kills in that team fight, and here we go. Tater-Tots, after looking strong there on Lighthouse, struggling to find answers now to the White Walkers.
Not sure why, Wexy. Yeah, you're right. They're Brawl. Well, there we go. They're switching back to Brawl. Hopefully this does help them out, because they just don't want to be booped into the well.
Though. 5 ultimates coming online for the White Walkers, and there's 2 of them. Shatter is going to get blocked, and the Deadeye isn't going to get anything. Organic Kale's down. That will be Rez. Cypher Lily using the Coalescence is going to be able to keep the team alive. Blame able to get 2. Ooh, Psycho Man is trying to use the Barrage to turn that around. Maybe is going to swap here. I assume that is actually probably what will happen, but Bleem continuing to absolutely dominate.
Yeah, Psycho Man is swapping up to a Tracer now, but only to touch point. Just have to watch out for Pog's McCree though.
And AKA Reflex gonna go aggressive with the Gravitic Flux, and they're comboing with the Dragons. This is not good, as Belia very close to the Sound Barrier will get res by Mugen Cypher. Mugen Cypher has the Valkyrie ready, as Belia is gonna use the Sound Barrier as well. Organic Kale finds 1 with the tire, so now here we go. Both teams on the point. McBrantis relatively high charge as Belia almost falls to the well, but luckily the Lucio will be able to wall right up. Richard goes down. That's all the ults, though, on the side of Tater-Tots, and Richard the Hard may be able to come back with the Shatter if Tater-Tots don't win this fight quickly enough. Asbelia is gonna go down after everything. McBrantis is back. Tater-Tots pushing him off the point, and a boop from Ziptail onto Organic Kale, and getting the boop kill onto Jag. And that's gonna be it! Ziptail turns around that team fight, and the White Walkers have won Ilios.
Yeah, I was kind of keeping that on the well just because this Bailey kept trying so hard to ride back up, they just couldn't. Oh, it's a huge grab from Reflex here.
Yeah, it definitely seemed once they got off that ball Sigma comp that they were running on Lighthouse, they looked a lot more coordinated, maybe just trying to find other comps, because White Walkers, they've shown us a lot of different comps, from Double Shield to Brawl, even some dive. They have done a little bit, but that time on Lighthouse it did not work, but they swapped to the more brawly comps with the Ryan Zarya and the Ryan Sigma, and they looked pretty dominant there on those last 2 points.
And as you said too, Bleem taking advantage of how broken Hanzo is right now and just absolutely popping off. I can evolve, here we go. Okay, we got that. Let's ask for our swaps. I know no swaps from Tater-Tots, as they came today with only 6. We could see people switching up in roles, but we'll just have to wait and see what Organic Kale lets us know.
Yeah. Not only is this the second game in a row for White Walkers having to reschedule, this is the second time in a row that they've had to play against a team with only 6 players on game day, so unfortunate here for the Tater-Tots that they weren't able to get more players. But I will say, Tater-Tots, I believe they are on a 2-game winning streak right now. one
So
game, but they've won. I think they've won 2. Yeah, okay, they've won. They've won 2 straight. Yep. So I didn't update that on my standings sheet. So
okay, we are getting a whole swap. Cycles aren't coming in for Bleem, and both supports being swapped. We have Charles, Seventang, and Chicky coming in for White Walkers.
this kind of has been the support lineup we've seen a lot, especially lately. Charles, Seven, Tang actually might be even better on support than they were on tank last year, and that's definitely a interesting thing to say, because Charles and Richard were Charles, Richard, and Bleem were a very good tank trio there for this team.
Oh yeah,
Charles has gotten several support MVPs at this point, and he's been very pivotal to helping this White Walkers team, kind of get back to that Season 4 form where early in the season they were struggling a little bit, but now, especially with Stardust Crusaders dropping their first game, I think you have to, if White Walkers do end up winning this game, I think you got to put them back at number 1 in the power rankings. They have been just dominant lately.
Oh, definitely. Like I keep saying, they finally found their groove. They know what to play. They have all the pieces they needed.
Yeah, as the defending champs, they've, it was a little surprising to see them struggle early on, but it is definitely not surprising that they have found their groove and they are looking to repeat once again, do exactly what Corgi Core did and be 2-time champions.
Yeah, I can see them taking it honestly, but with still
there
like,
are a
I
lot
know
of other
really good
teams right
teams.
now.
I need healing. Stardust may have lost their first game, but they still look really strong.
Yeah. No, I
And even Prodigy News taking a 3-1 victory last week.
Yeah, they started to look really strong, especially with the
Rusha.
acquisition of Rusha. Yeah, that was, one of the things that you could argue about them is that their DPS were not very flexible. They kind of ran a lot of the Sim Reaper, Sim Bastion, kind of those comps with Bunker, but now with Rusha, Rusha can play any DPS pretty much in the game, and so
yeah,
you have all these different comps now that you can run. So Prodigy Noob's definitely looking like one of the contenders, and we've already seen White Walkers versus Prodigy Noobs, and White Walkers really whooped up on them. That was a 4-0 victory. But, play that game again, I think definitely be a lot closer. Can't forget about Valhalla too. They're on a little bit of a skid right now. They've lost 2 games, and they did get upset by Zenshin Tactics this week. But we've seen what this roster is capable of. They've beaten plenty of great opponents so far. They've had plenty of close games in their losses. So yeah, it definitely does not feel like last season where it felt like it felt like everyone was going to be battling for second place because White Walkers were just going to get it. But this year, definitely still up in the air, but obviously White Walkers looking strong. I believe now with Stardust losing, they are currently on the longest winning streak at 5 games.
Oh yeah. Aside from last season, I think they went, what was it, like 10 games? And then they lost
10 and 1, or I think they won 9, then lost, and then won their final
lost,
games.
yeah, against Ivy Phoenix, and then won
and
everything
won
else.
all their games in the playoffs. Yep.
Yeah.
So now here we are on Eichenwald. We're gonna see Tater-Tots on the attack first. No swappage in roles for them. Psycho Zordon coming in, play some DPS, showing the Pharah.
Oh.
Interesting. was thinking maybe they'd play the Sim, but they have shown to be very proficient on Pharah as well.
Or Echo, honestly. I mean, yeah, there's Pharah is really good, but it's just Echo that just like really, it's really impressive to see.
Pog gonna go to the hit scan roll, and Charles and Chicky gonna be on the BAP. Mercy. Spellia using Cypher on the Mercy. Moira, Psychomantis gonna go to the Sombra, so maybe a little bit more of a rush kind of divey comp from Tater-Tots. Not the Lucio, but they do have the Divas to follow up on those hacks from Psychomantis, and Organic Kale can get into the backline, although we'll see how long that lasts with Psycho Zordon on the Pharah and no immediate hit scan to contest.
And the initial pick onto Jag.
That will get rezzed by Isbelia, and Richard trying to go aggressive. Immortality Field expended by Charles, and McBrantis is out of mech. So now Tater-Tots on the back foot. Looks like they're gonna back up, but Psycho Zordon taking out Mutant Cypher. Yusuf Chicky is down. That might help for a possible recontest, but Psycho Zordon already building up the barrage, taking out Organic Kale. That was a 45-second barrage, folks. Psycho Zordon picking up right where he left off as the DPS MVP for White Walkers last week against Rudy Ops.
I think he says he's trying to make Drogon proud here. Drogon can't, not being able to play.
So now here we go, Organic Kale in response is going to go to the Ash, and Psychomantis able to take out Pog. The Mercy is back, and there's the Shadow from Richard, and Psychomantis is down. Trades are going back and forth, but Yusuf Chicky taking advantage of the space, getting the res onto Pog. Isbelia will get the res onto Jag as well, so the team fight's still up for grabs. Mugen Cypher gonna try and go aggressive with the Coalescence. This is the best chance for Tater-Tots, but Mugen Cypher goes down! Oh no, Jag might have to use this Shatter sooner rather than later. It's still about a 5v5 on the point right now, but McBrantis goes down, and Tater-Tots are gonna back up. And a great chance there, not capitalized on for Tater-Tots. So now here we go. Psychomantis does have that EMP ready. Perhaps they want to combo the EMP Shatter. Gonna have to be careful for Psycho Zordon though. Both of these Shatters are being traded out, and Jags is better. Psycho Zordon goes down, accidentally kills himself. Richard does get res, but with Chicky down, AK Reflex does fine too. They're actually turning this around. Psychomantis might have needed to use the EMP after all. They thought they could win the fight with just the Shatter, but it's not gonna be enough. McBrantis with the tactical reset. And here we go. Only about 70 seconds left for Tater-Tots.
That was still a really nice fight, but yeah, how you said, Psycho should have used that EMP there. Bob could have been taken out for a couple of seconds.
It's unfortunate. They had the upper hand in the fight, and then AK Reflex's bomb kind of changed everything there, so luckily they didn't waste EMP. They still have it here, except Psycho Zordon finds him
barrage
with the solo barrage. That's not bad. Only 40 seconds left. Tater-Tots, they have to decide what they want to do if they want to keep playing aggressive. Reflex is low, but Kale is
DPS
down. Psycho Zordon absolutely dominating right now. Only 30 seconds left. White Walker's trying to go aggressive. Jag is down too. This just isn't good. 20 seconds left here for Tater-Tots. Psychomantis should be able to get into a position to touch, but this isn't going to be the easiest thing in the world to do. Reflex trying to scout for that. Found him, and he goes down again. Psychomantis might not be able to use the EMP. Charles Simtang using the Immortality Field to stop the bomb. Overtime is initiated. Here comes the bomb, but Richard with a nice Shatter. Jag not quite down. That Yo still alive. Mugen Cypher does go down. Psychomantis on his way back, trying to get in position to use the EMP. Here it comes. Reflex though using the bomb, and Psychomantis is gonna go down. This just isn't looking good, folks. Only 3 people hacked. Psycho Zordon close to the barrage. Not gonna need it And that will be White Walkers getting an impressive full hold.
Score 0-0. Switching sides.
Lexi taters are throwing.
Initiating.
That's just unfortunate that
was...
Reflex, that Psychomantis get being found by Sordon, Reflex, and that could have easily
But
gone to the
also
taters.
also a great job from White Walkers knowing that that was their win condition, was avoiding that EMP. Reflex able to find him, and yeah, that was really unfortunate for Psychomantis there, and now only a draw is going to be possible here for Tater-Tots, and look at this. Right now, White Walker's possibly showing some sim passion, we'll see. Still in spawn, but at the same time, I wouldn't be 100% surprised.
Nope, I think they're choosing to keep the... No, they're just baiting us.
Okay.
I really thought they're gonna roll out with the attack bastion. Well, then I don't know. Maybe. I wouldn't put it past them.
Again,
to roll that.
yeah, I was gonna say, they definitely do it on defense sometimes. They'll run with a
Nope, there we go.
Sebastian Pog.
Doomfist.
Yep, gonna go
Doomfist
to
Widow.
Doomfist here. Interesting. So, both teams gonna be running Brawl as well, so... Here we go, the Junkrat on the side. Tater-Tots might be a lot of spam. That's gonna be tricky for White Walkers to get through. Psycho Zordon up on the high ground. Showed that he was a proficient Widow on Watchpoint Gibraltar against We The Ops. He was playing incredibly well. Now here we go, Pog trying to get in position, trying to find those picks on that Doomfist. Gonna have to get away, was incredibly low, and McBrantis taking the 1v1 against Psycho Zordon, at least causing him to have to back up. Jag trying to get aggressive, gets the bubble from McBrantis. Here comes Pog, not gonna find anything, and Psychomantis does take him down. Charles down as well. Ooh, Psychomantis, nice headshot on Psycho Zordon, and that will be the first fight for the Tater-Tots. Clean fight from them there.
Yeah, I think that was actually really good. Jag just getting really aggressive, and them just kind of ignoring the Widow. And Psycho does switch up to a Pharah now, along with Pog switching to Hanzo.
Interesting, Psychomantis is on the Ashe and is getting heavily pocketed by Asbelia, so Psycho Zordon definitely gonna have to watch those sight lines in order to get value out of the fair. And now Yusuchiki going aggressive with the Coalescence. Both shatters are blocked, and here comes the Tire. It takes out Yusuchiki. Charles not able to get the sound barrier down in time. Mugen Cypher also going to use the amplification matrix, and Charles won't be able to survive that. So Tater-Tots going to win another fight, but a costly one, as they used 5 ultimates there, including both DPS and both support ults.
Yeah, they're only gonna have grab coming up here, but nothing really to pair it with. And Psycho Zordon is gonna have a barrage really soon, along with Reflex's grab.
Kale did go down, but Asbelia gonna get the res. Mugen Cypher might have to come up clutch with a big immortality field as Reflex approaches that grab. Here comes McBrantis using the grab right away, but Psycho Zordon finding the opening pick. The follow-up just wasn't there, and Psycho Zordon getting in position, finds 3 with the barrage, and that's just gonna be it, folks. White Walkers getting the 1 tick they need, and taking the 2-0 series lead here against Tater-Tots. Yeah, here it was.
Is it the attack one?
Yeah, the play that ended it. Slight combo with the
He started emoting.
barrage? Yeah, wow. 9,100 damage in 7 minutes. That's... And I bet, like, a majority of that was on Pharah. It didn't seem like they were getting a lot of value on the Widowmaker, so you could honestly say, like, 9,100 damage in 6 minutes of game time.
Jeez. Yeah, Psycho just keeps proving that he's a really good DPS. You really need to watch out for him. We're going to Hanamura now. Okay. Hanamura, and then we swap our sides.
See if the White Walkers want to make any swaps in terms of roles. Obviously, like we've said, only 6 players present right now, but perhaps we could see, a swap between McBrantis and I'm not sure, can Psycho Mantis still play tank? And
No, he's still
no, he
ineligible. He can
cannot.
play
Okay.
support though.
Okay. So yeah, maybe they would. I guess I don't know if Hezbelia or Mugen Cypher really play any of the other roles, which kind of makes that a little tricky, but they could put him on support if they want. Maybe you can swap McBrantis and Kale as well, unless they're ineligible. I thought McBrantis was playing
I
DPS.
think.
Yes, they are. They are definitely eligible on DPS.
Yeah, they're both eligible. The only one here is just Psychomantis not being able to play tank. So they're all eligible to play any role.
McBrantis can't play support either.
Is he Diamond on support?
Yes, he is Diamond on support.
Oh, I think I might have missed that one. Or I should not have.
So maybe we'll see that. The problem is both Kale and Jag are main tanks typically, so maybe we would see a possible, double shield on defense for Hanamura. Yeah, they could possibly do that. Like go Kale Jag and run Ryan Orisa maybe on defense, see what they can do with that. Get McBrantis, on DPS. Maybe run some double hit scan with Psychomantis, or maybe have Psychomantis try the Sombra again.
Well, his Sombra was actually doing pretty good. Took out Chicky a couple times. It's just how we said that he kept getting spotted, getting solo ulted every once in a while.
We're going to see Musketeer come in for the first time today, and he is having an excellent season on tank. Obviously was fantastic last season on support. And it has been kind of interesting seeing the progression for this White Walkers team. It actually looked like early on Musketeer was going to be kind of their new main tank, but lately he has been playing more of that off-tank role. Has been really good on the Zarya lately.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I do enjoy that both Deer and Richard. Richard does like to stick to the main tank, but the few chances they want to run like a ball Ryan, Deer is able to switch to play that Reinhardt. But his Zarya looked really, really amazing last game. And we got ready from White Walkers. Not sure if we'll be seeing a Bastion comp this round. Bleemard telling Charles no to Bastion, but
So obviously the Tater-Tots only can get the reverse sweep now, and it's been kind of interesting. We've only seen one reverse sweep so far this season. That was all the way back in week 5 when we the Ops were able to reverse sweep Valhalla. That was a pretty epic win for them. We've seen a couple teams get close. Last week 11 we almost saw Zanchin Tactics get the reverse sweep. And then the week before, we almost saw Diving Phoenix get the reverse sweep over We the Ops. So definitely still in the cards for Tater-Tots. Obviously, hasn't been pretty so far here on these first 2 maps, but same could be said about Zanchin Tactics versus I Need Healing. They were getting kind of whooped on the first 2 maps, but sometimes all you need to do is come here on 2CP, get a full hold, and get that momentum back in your favor.
yeah, but being in 2CP, we're in the chances of seeing this go to a draw as well, and if that does happen, White Walkers take the series. And we know how hard it
You
is
know,
to get past Hanamura sometimes.
Kitty, it's actually interesting.
Ready for
We have not seen a draw in Tier 3 this season.
Really? I thought
Yeah.
we did a couple weeks back. I think I casted the game. There was a draw. One second.
incoming.
Pulling up the match records. Unless it was tier 2, maybe. That I'm thinking
Yeah, I think
about.
we've seen a couple draws in Tier 2, but no,
Oh, you're
according
right.
to my sheet, according to my standing sheet, does not look like we've seen a draw, and it would be really easy to see because it would be not a color of one of the teams. It would be gray or just white. But let's head back into the game, and we are going to see double shield here coming out on the side of Tater-Tots with the Bastion and the Junkrat, so definitely a bit of a bunker comp.
But we gotta watch out for that sim from Psycho Zordon along with Gleam on May. And they're
And
keeping
they're
straight
going
into point
right for
and
it.
walling off.
Great
They did this against
wall.
us! Wait.
And Psycho Mantis already down. I don't know if this is gonna be anything good for Tater-Tots. Mugen Cypher gonna try and get back to his team, is able to, and Psycho Zordon does go down, so that's actually a nice pick, but Charles now on the brig, just swinging away. Too much healing for Tater-Tots to overcome, and that was an incredibly fast take on point A here. And one thing we've learned about White Walkers so far this season, you cannot run Bastion against them. They have been surgical in taking down these Bastion bunker comps.
We do see Psycho now switching out to a Hanzo, but you still gotta watch out for that Gleam on that May.
So not very many ults coming online for Tater-Tots. For White Walkers, Richard getting very close to that shatter. A tick for free here for White Walkers. Now Psycho Mantis has a good angle to try and find a lot of damage with the arrows, and Zip Tail does go down. Mugen Cypher had a nice immortality field to keep them alive. Shatter coming out from Richard, but the follow-up just won't quite be there. He was too low and got burned down by Psycho Mantis, and that will be the team fight and the stabilization going to Tater-Tots, but still 5 minutes in the time bank, and White Walkers have already gotten a tick.
Yeah, they're already at 57%. They literally only need a tick. And they're gonna be coming up with Psycho Zordon's wall, and Bleem's gonna be having that May freeze really, really soon. Oh, my
no.
goodness.
Gleam going down as Velia is going to be able to get the res, but while that's happening, the teleport is coming in. Organic Kale using the tire, but a great immortality from Zip Tail, and the Blizzard from Gleam is going to be massive. Mugen Cypher is going to go down. Gleam with a nice icicle to the face, and now here we go. Can
solo
Tater-Tots
grab.
possibly find the picks to stall this out? It's not looking good. 5 members of White Walkers here on the point. Jag not gonna get the shatter down, got killed by Musketeer before it went through. The immortality from Mugen Cypher gonna be burned down, and that is gonna be a massive time bank for White Walkers. And for Tater-Tots, if you're looking for a reverse sweep, this is not a good way to start.
to 2. Switching sides. Initiating.
Yeah, like I said, Zordon, that sim is... It's kinda hectic to go against. But still, even though Zordon's been doing a really, really impressive job tonight on sim right now, Bleem just on that May.
Yeah,
He's
Gleam with a-
literally pointing out why everybody really hates May.
Yeah, those walls are pretty brutal sometimes, and that was a great wall on point A. Immediately cut off Bastion from the rest of the team. That was textbook, and now here it is, the Sim Bastion coming out from the White Walkers. Double shield, Mercy Bap. This is as textbook as bunker as you can get.
It looks like they'll be deciding to set up right on point. gonna be one really hard bunker to break.
Tater-Tots gonna go back to a brawl comp. Now with the soldier from Organic Kale. Psycho Mantis gonna stay on the Hanzo. He was doing some decent work there. Able to get a couple picks, but wasn't quite enough. Psycho Mantis up on the high ground, gonna have to get away from Richard, who is pelting him with shots. Now he's kind of on his own. He's gonna have to find a health pack while the rest of the team are trying to get up to the high ground, and they do. So now here comes Jag, trying to contest point, trying to stay out of the line of sight of the Bastion, who's now going up to the high ground. And Psycho Mantis with the pick onto Psycho Zordon, that will likely be res by Charles. But the Bastion is down. No mercy pocket means that there's nothing there for him, and Psycho Mantis popping off right now. That's 3 kills. Great job from Psycho Mantis, and well, here we go. Tater-Tots also taking point A incredibly quickly. Perhaps they can also get a massive time bank for themselves and keep themselves in this map and possibly even put it into their favor.
Yeah, like you pointing out that Psycho was kind of left on his own, it really played against for his advantage, taking out the Bastion and taking out Psycho Zordon, while the rest of the team just kind of played on point.
It's definitely one of those conundrums, whereas the Mercy you want to res. I can't remember who went down there, but Psycho Zordon, but then you left Bleem kind of all alone without a pocket. So here we go, Psycho Zordon using the Photon Barrier, and McBrantis is already down. So it looks like we will also see a stabilization from the White Walkers, and that will almost guarantee them a superior time bank at this point, unless Tater-Tots
Or we'll
win
take
this
it in the
next
next.
fight incredibly fast.
They might be able to. They have almost 6 ults online. So even if they throw every ult here, we could very much see them taking point B with a similar time bank.
And even still, if you put it within even just a minute, it'll make the map still very winnable. So here we go. Bleem though taking out Mugen Cypher. That is
No mercy
not
means
how you
no
want
res.
to start this team fight. And this is exactly what you don't want from the Tater-Tots. You have all these ults ready. You want to try and take this point quickly to equalize the time bank. And
Psycho Mantis taking out Psycho Zordon
again.
It is going to be res by Charles. So no res available during this team fight.
And now Musketeer using the Gravitic Flux. Slam goes down, but Mugen Cypher did have the sound barrier. Now Isbelia trying to go aggressive with the nano boost, and Psycho Zordon building up another photon barrier. And this is all the ults pretty much on the side of Tater-Tots, and that's only 2 picks to show, and they've lost 2 themselves. And Jag even using the Shatter. This is just not gonna be enough for Tater-Tots. And that was about as bad as that team fight could have gone for Tater-Tots there. All 6 ults being used and no progress whatsoever to show for it.
Yeah, here we gotta keep in mind that power of Hanamura, this fast spawn. And already a pick onto Asbelia. Mugen's having switching up to a Mercy, having to rest them.
So now we see Organic Kale gonna go to the Junkrat now. Try and provide more spam damage through these tight corridors. Jag getting in position, has to be careful of Bleem. He's gonna be able to get away. He has the dragons ready. Might be thinking about comboing it with the Gravitic Flux. Nope, is just gonna throw it right now. Jag does have to be careful, takes a lot of damage, and is cut off from the team. White Walkers take advantage of that, and Jag is down. Psycho Mantis gets taken out by his counterpart, Bleem. That's going to be another team fight victory here for White Walkers.
Even McBrantis not being able to make it out. Only Asbelia will. Hopefully they just... Yeah, they won't be picked by Bleem here. Here we almost see any ults on the side of Tater-Tots, and White Walkers have already almost 4 ults. And I'm sure they'll be having another dragon soon.
Yeah, and they're staggering their ults really well. They only used the dragons in that previous fight to win. So now here we go, Jag trying to get aggressive, has to be careful for these sim turrets. Musketeer all alone, but has the Mercy Pocket to help him survive, and McBrantis is down. Mugen Cypher going for the res, but isn't going to be able to make it out themselves. Organic Kale does find Psycho Zordon, and Jag
That's
getting the
two
kill
picks.
onto Charles. So here we go, Jag is going to try and go aggressive, but has to be careful. Going to try and go in front of the shield, but the healing won't be there right off the bat, so the nano boost is going to have to be committed. Musketeer using the Gravitic Flux gets both McBrantis and Organic Kale, but he's all alone and Musketeer goes down. Now Jag trying to get aggressive, trying to take out Richard here. Has the Shatter available. Psycho Man is able to take out Psycho Zord on both of these. Hanzo is getting picks, and there's the res coming out from Mugen Cypher onto Esbelia to give them a lot of point presence with a lot of healing. Jag trying to find the swings, able to take out Richard. Charles able to get the res onto Liam, and now here comes the Sim. Both of the dragons
nice
coming out.
dragon.
It's a massive combo. But Liam also finding picks with his dragons as well. And here comes the Tire, able to take out Richard, so that's one tick here for Tater-Tots. The team fight as well. Will anyone be able to touch on the side of White Walkers? No, they will not. So Tater-Tots able to remain alive on this map, but only 1 minute in their time bank compared to White Walkers 4 minute seconds.
Initiating match.
Yeah, here Tater-Tots are gonna have to play really fast to at least capture point A, and then play really smart whenever White Walkers do attack.
They did take point A very quickly on their attack, so definitely in the cards, but
Ready.
I mean, you're looking right now, they need to win this map, and you know, getting just point A might not be enough with that 4 minute and 28 time bank for White Walkers. You're almost certainly looking like they would be able to at least get point A, so for Tater-Tots you might also have to get at least a tick on point B as well in order to give yourself a reasonable chance at winning this map.
You speak of law and of order, but you must know that life is chaotic by its
We'll be
very
seeing the
nature.
Charles 7 Tang Zen.
Lectured about chaos and disorder from a machine.
5, 4,
Yep, so they are gonna kind of run a double shield semi-bunker with just the Sim this time. Now Bleem gonna be on the McCree, not feeling good about the Bastion, especially against the Hanzo right now. Psycho Mantis
Oh,
up on
Bleem
the
taking
high
out
ground,
Psycho
but gets
Mantis.
immediately taken out by Bleem. Jag going down 2. And the only good news there for Tater-Tots is that this team fight has gone by incredibly quickly, so they almost certainly will get a second team fight. Spelia, gonna have to be careful, is gonna
30 seconds.
look like they're able to escape. So now here we go, 30 seconds for the Tater-Tots, and Psycho Zordon already almost at that photon barrier. Organic Kale tried the soldier again, but is going to go right back to the Junkrat. They need that spam to provide damage into this double shield. McBrantis with the Discord Orb. Jag is already low. His shield is down. Can he get the healing? He's still alive. Had the bubble. And that's 2 picks on the side of Tater-Tots, so that's a huge opening for this team fight. We did take out McBrantis, though. Ziptail using the Immortality Field, and Esbelia getting the res onto McBrantis. This is looking pretty good for Tater-Tots, as Organic Kale getting 3 kills in that team fight. And so here we go, point A is going to be captured.
Oh, it's
for
Billy taking out
Tater-Tots.
Bleem.
That's actually huge. Possible snowball in play for Tater-Tots here. Bleem will get the quick spawn. Ooh, look at this. Psycho Mantis got the bad spawn. So the amount of aggression is going to actually be fairly low on the side of Tater-Tots.
Not
Only
sure
10 seconds left.
if they know which way they wanted to go to. Looks like some of them wanted to go main and some wanted to go top. Nothing with
Bleem
the
not
dead
going
eye.
to find anything with the High Noon. Psycho Zordon using the Photon Barrier as well. Musketeer also using the Gravitic Flux, and Mugen Cypher is already down. This is just
That's a
not
huge
looking
shatter
good.
from
Not
Jag.
able to get the well, actually was able to get the shatter off, but dies immediately, so that's all we'll see on Tater-Tots attack, which means they are going to need to hold point A for 4 minutes and 28 seconds in order for them to win this map and stay alive in the series.
I think it's they have to hold point A and point B. So here they just have to really work to not
Well,
let them
if
cap
they
point
just, but if they give up point A, then it's a guaranteed draw, which means that
A. Oh yeah, you're
at
right.
that
You're
point
right.
the series would technically be over because it is best of 4 here instead of first to 3. So in that case, we would
Ready for battle.
only have one more map to play. It wouldn't be possible for Tater-Tots to get enough maps, and with just one map remaining, obviously the score line, if the draw were to happen, would be 2-0 to 1. So even if Tater-Tots were able to win Dorado, they would not be able to. They
It's
only get that
Junkertown actually.
one.
I think it's working again, or are we moving with Dorado?
Well, I think it's still Dorado, right, for this map rotation.
Were we playing Dorado last week?
5, 4,
You're right. Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. Thank you. I almost
So now
rolled that
both
with.
these teams running the Rhine Zarya. Organic Hail gonna commit to the Junkrat this time around, but Psycho Zordon with another teleport. Here they go. They're going quick. They have the Lucio.
A
Turret's
nice
already
wall
on
from
point.
Psycho Mantis.
Yes, that was a good wall. And the pin kill from Jag is there, so here we go. It looks like this first team fight is gonna go to Tater-Tots, but still a massive gauntlet of 3 minutes and 53 seconds for Tater-Tots to survive here.
Yeah, and Psychos are already halfway to a sim wall.
Organic
And
Hail,
now-
though, did do a lot of damage in that team fight, getting very close to the tire.
Now we just see a different TP rotation.
Tater-Tots are there to meet them, however. They have the Lucio, so they can make quick rotations as well. So now here we go. There's a good wall onto Richard, but there's just enough of a gap for the rest of the team to peel for him. Jag is already down. Here comes the tire. It gets taken down by Musketeer, but it gave them just enough time to get the res onto Jag. Ziptail gonna use the amplification matrix, but the wall was there. Esbelia has to be careful getting chased down by the Zarya. It does go down. Mugen Cypher not able to get the sound barrier in time, and it's only a matter of time. Psycho Mantis still getting 2 kills. This is massive. That's a huge wall. They might be able to get the pick onto Charles as well. Trying
It's
to
just Psycho.
do as much as he can, but Psycho Zordon with the turrets and the Blizzard not going to be able to come out from Psycho Mantis. I don't think anyone's going to be able to contest.
No.
And it looks like White Walkers are gonna take point A, which means they have taken the series, but you know the White Walkers, they always go for the 4 O's, so even if Tater-Tots, they still have the chance to draw. 3 minutes to go.
Psycho Mantis switching up to that Bastion now. He's not giving this point up for free. We gotta
Psycho
keep in mind-
Zordon has the
The
Photon
Photon Barrier.
Barrier ready, as does pretty much everyone on the side of White Walkers. They only had to use one ult to win that team fight there, and that was Ziptail's amplification matrix. Jag and McBrand's though also gonna match with the Grav and the Shatter coming up here, so perhaps one of these Rhines will hit the bigger Shatter, but Organic Kale caught all by himself, taken down by Ziptail. And now Tater-Tots on the back foot, but McBrand is going to go first with the grab. Both grabs being traded. Psycho Zordon using the Photon Barrier, and they're just going to use that to wall off the Bastion. Bleem getting the Deadeye, and White Walkers with the 1000 IQ play. Having the DPS just go take out the Bastion by themselves. It's contest point. That's just going to be it. White Walkers win the map, win the series 3-0. But we still have one more map to And sad news for Stardust Crusaders, as this will now be I believe the first time since week 5 they're not in first place. So
Oof.
White Walkers will be officially taking that spot. I'm going to be right back.
Okay. Alright, so now we move on to Dorado. Oh, there it is. Swap sides again. We swap our spectators. And we gotta do our names. Yeah, definitely. Tater-Tots are playing really, really well with only 6 players coming today. White Walkers had literally almost everybody in, along with the somewhat semi-absent Cypher Lily, who played one really good map 1. So now here, Tater's just gonna have to try and play to get some map differential. Maybe we can see them winning Dorado tonight. I don't think anybody else joined. Nope. We just gotta see who White Walkers decide to bring in into this map.
I am back.
Hello, welcome back.
So we have Dorado left to play. This week has been definitely interesting so far. We've seen quite a bit of upsets, actually. Diving Phoenix taking out I Need Healing. Zanchan Tactics taking out Valhalla, and of course the big story of the week, Pizza Planet 4-0ing Stardust Crusaders. I bet White Walkers were sweating a little, thinking that they'd maybe another victim to another upset, but they came to play tonight, and they've been... I mean, they're just continuing their momentum. They have not... After they lost their first game to Stardust Crusaders, they've only dropped... Technically, they've only dropped 2 maps, and even one of those maps is now in their favor, because one of them they dropped to Tantalizers, and Tantalizers obviously forfeiting their season. White Walkers will get that map back, so essentially for their map differential, since week 1, they've lost 1 map. So it's actually kind of interesting. White Walkers will actually be in first place by quite a bit, actually, if they were to get the 4-0 here. They'd be in first place by 12 maps.
Jesus.
Yeah. They'd have the plus 20 map differential, while Stardust Crusaders has a plus 8. And those are the only teams that are 6-1 right now. Prodigy Noobs gonna head up to 3rd place. We the Ops going back to 4th. So those are the 5-2 teams. Valhalla, I Need Healing are currently 4-3. Cosmic Omnics and Diving Phoenix 3-4, and Tater-Tots, Zanchan Tactics, and Pizza Planet are 2-5. So, you know, it's kind of interesting. Again, this has definitely been one of the more competitive seasons, I'd say. I would not count these teams that are out of the playoffs right now out completely, you know, especially seeing Zanshin Tactics and Pizza Planet getting their wins this week, you know. All it takes is to get hot at the right time, you know, snag that 8th seed, and who knows, maybe you can be like Valhalla last year and make a deep run in the playoffs.
Oh, that was pretty cool rollout from Richard. I didn't know you could actually get up there. Well, I think I know you could get up there as ball, but I've never seen that one. Kind of rolled through the roofs. Oh, and look, we're seeing Bastion again from Psycho Mantis.
One. Attackers incoming.
And he is gonna roll with it. He's on the payload. They're going with the pirate ship. They do have the double shield, but typically you see the Orisa instead, but you can make it work with the Rhine and the Sigma. Tater-Tots, they were able to take one map off of Stardust Crusaders to avoid the 4-0 against them, and you know, sometimes those 3-1s are like sneakily important even when you lose. Like, to not go down so many maps by getting 4-0'd, it can actually mean a lot towards the end of the season, especially for them, where they're kind of, you know, towards the lower end of the spectrum where they might be fighting for a playoff spot. But Bleem back on that Echo that we saw them play on Ilios. Oh, only for one map, though. Richard already building up the mines as Belia not going to be able to escape. Richard getting 2 kills. Organic Kale finding 1, but overall, looks like Tater-Tots are going to need to back up. Jag incredibly low, so is McBrantis. Pog gonna get that cleanup kill.
On both of them.
And get the kill onto Organic Kale.
Yeah, there's an
Yeah, this has just been a
kind of wait there. Oh, and the solo stick on the Psycho Mantis.
This has just been a DPS showcase here from White Walkers. They have been absolutely dominating so far. Kale,
Nice pick
Pog,
from McBrantis on Chicky. Both supports down for White Walkers here.
This is definitely as good of a chance as any for Tater-Tots, and they are gonna take advantage and take out Musketeer. We actually do see Pog in the back lines here,
Yes.
kind of hanging around.
Oh, I see him. He's crouching. I think they know. Looks like his belly keeps looking back. They know he's back there.
But now Richard is also back, trying to dive onto Jag here, and Prawn Goblin, who's now in on the Baptiste, going to use the Amplification Matrix. Both of the Amplification Matrix are out, and Prawn Goblin with the nice Immortality Field to stop Organic Kale's tire. Yusuf Chicky is down, trades on both sides, as Belia using the Valkyrie to solo heal as much as he can.
Richard.
Both of the supports down. McBrantis able to get the kill onto Pog. Richard is down, and it does look like Tater-Tots are going to be able to capture point A. Bleem did get 1 kill, but not able to contest. And so now, here we go. Tater-Tots doing a good job here on their attack so far. Let's see if they can get it even further.
Yeah, it looks like here as soon as the supports from White Walkers fall, it's just Taters are able to get even more aggressive and get the tanks, then eventually the DPS.
McBrantis has the Gravitic Flux, and Kron Goblin goes down. Now we'll get res by Yusuf Chicky. So the res expended early in this team fight. Pog trying to get the stick, not able to stick Jag. So there's no pulse bomb available, but he will make up for it by taking out Kale. McBrantis getting a couple with the Gravitic Flux, but the bubble from Musketeer on the Krog Goblin is there, but now he's out of position. McBrantis going to get the nice accretion. Yusuf Chicky not really going to be able to get in position to get a res, at least for now. Pog gonna take out Psycho Mantis though, and Richard doing a decent job at trying to go aggressive, and the nice bubble onto Yusuf Chicky, able to get the res onto Richard, and Yusuf Chicky even gonna make it out. So now White Walker's back to a 66 just like that, and Bleem using the duplicate onto the Reinhardt, already has the shatter. Musketeer throwing in the Graviton Surge as well. There's the stick from Pog. I don't know if it really got anything, and Organic Kale goes down. He was trying to use the tire, and that will be a stabilization from White Walkers.
Yeah, that copy onto Jag. As we were talking about last game, Bleem being able to copy those tanks just kind of makes it unfair for a couple seconds.
Well, it's almost like you have to be careful running Zarya against White Walkers now, because Bleem could possibly swap, or could run Echo and swap to the Zarya for the duplicate, and then
that was
it's
a nice initial
not gonna
pick
be
from
good.
Kale onto US Chicky.
Yep, so no res will be available for White Walkers as Belia trying to help the team go aggressive with the Valkyrie, but nothing so far. Richard does go down to Jag. Psycho Mantis with a nice headshot onto Kron Goblin. Payload gonna continue to move here as Musketeer gonna try and keep his high charge going up, but does have to be careful. Good retreat from him, so the White Walker should be able to get a good recontest, and Pog finding the pick onto Psycho Mantis. That is exactly how you want to start this team fight. Jag using the Shatter, it's good, but the Immortality Field saving them for now. Pog goes down to McBrantis, but Jag trying to go aggressive on his Shatter does go down, and now Tater-Tots on the back foot here. Bleem with the focusing beam taking out McBrantis. And that's a great stabilization from White Walkers, and now Tater-Tots only with just above 40 seconds left to take point B. They have a couple of ults, but so do White Walkers.
Yeah, here Richard could very much just keep them from the payload just with those mines. And even Bleem with that copy is going to be really deadly coming into this fight.
And this time he can go with the Zarya, but Musketeer not 100% sure what happened to that grab. Did you see where it went?
It kind of just caught Mugen. Mugen was able to fade out of it.
Okay. Huh. Interesting choice there. All the ults being popped from Tater-Tots. Not a lot of picks, actually. And in fact, the picks are now going in favor of White Walkers, and that's just going to be it. White Walkers immediately turning that around. And so, just a little bit before point B is all the payload will move for Tater-Tots.
0-1. Switching sides.
That's still a good distance though for Taters. You can still, they're still very much able to full hold White Walkers. He's gotta keep watching out for.
Dorato's one of those maps, like, you can snowball it, but there are good spots for the defense to hold, especially, you know, point A has two really good spots. Of course, the initial high ground for the defense, and then even around the fountain is a good spot, and then for point B you can get to the high ground easier than the attackers can, so that's a good way to defend. And even point C is pretty narrow for the attackers. So
Organic Kill giving us the early GGs in match chat, forgetting that they have to defend. Okay, it happens. I thought he was being a little salty, like, oh, I mean, it's not over yet, please don't leave. Please? Looks like we'll be seeing a really interesting defense from Taters. Winston Ball with Organic Kale running that soldier, and Psycho Mantis on a Genji this time, along with a Mercy Zen.
I'm surprised they're not running the Ana here to try and get those Nano Blades. As for White Walkers, they're also running a bit of a dive with the Zen Mercy. So both team running the Zen Mercy here. Jag already incredibly low, but US Chicky does go down, so not a bad dive attempt from Jag and McBrantis here. But Richard gonna take out as Belia. Great counter dive here from White Walkers. Richard gonna go down though, definitely did have to be careful. Pog getting in the back lines though, might be able to take out two. Mugen Cypher is low, will go down, and the payload continues to move here. McBrantis has to be careful of the spam. Bleem trying to get as much value on the Echo as they can, and McBrantis already down.
Jag
and Bleem
also
getting the
goes
sticky
down.
bombs onto Jag. And this is just not looking good for Tater-Tots, as it will be a quick point A capture for White Walkers.
Musketeer able to get that pick onto Psycho Mantis as well. And they're not able to touch. White Walkers just get point A.
over 5 minutes for White Walkers to make it through point B. Definitely looking a little grim here for Tater-Tots. They're not even really coming up on too many of their ults yet. Pog and Bleem have both of their DPS ults. Pog not going to find anything with the Pulse Bomb, but Bleem getting in position to use the duplicate onto the Wrecking Ball. Richard is here too, the double dive without 2 dive tanks. And Asbellion not able to get the res. Bleem getting 2 kills with the duplicated mines. And the payload just continues to fly through the map as this is going to be the final fight for Tater-Tots, and they might be able to get a couple of their ults, but Kron Goblin has the Transcendence and even Richard has the Primal Rage. Nick Brantis trying to get aggressive, has to be careful, has the Discord Orb, goes down immediately. Kron Goblin just doing so much work on this Zen right now. And there's the grab from Musketeer. This just isn't looking good for Tater-Tots. It doesn't even look like they're going to be able to use any of their ults except for the Valkyrie. Victory Transcendence for Kron Goblin, and that would have given Psycho Mantis a free blade, but he goes down. And now Mick Brantis gonna try and get whatever he can with the Primal Rage, but it's not gonna be anything thrown in the lines, but those will all be taken out. And that is going to be it. White Walkers getting the 4-0 in incredibly convincing fashion. Another statement win from the defending champions. And they will move to first place in the standings.
Was this the... Oh no, this is Shatter. I would have thought it would be the mines. What?
Even got booped up into the air.
Oh my goodness.
So, now, let us see what the team MVP odds are going to be. I already have a couple.
Well, do you want to start talking about them and see if they can help us decide? Because that's usually what happens.
Well, I think aren't we supposed to let them give their nominations before we kind of start talking about it?
Okay, well let me ask him. Why is there why is there a foot emo when I say nominations? What? Or is it the word MVP? What the heck? White Walkers is the best team in tier 3, by the way. Yeah, no, they're bad. They suck. You know. Just rewatch this game and you can see how bad they really are.
You know, it's interesting. I gotta say, even if Stardust Crusaders had won their game against Pizza Planet, I probably would have put White Walkers in first place in the power rankings. They are just looking too strong right now. I mean, pretty much dominating every opponent they come across. Maybe my previous statement about it not quite being a battle for second place this year is not entirely true. White Walkers certainly front runners again. I do think this year there are teams at least with more of an upside to go against White Walkers. The problem is that White Walkers are just so consistent that that's what makes them so tough to beat at times.
Yeah, and I think everybody seen how Bleem, Deer, and a bunch of others just couldn't play their main roles. Even Sordon not being able to play tier 3 at all. Not Sordon, no, Drogon. Would have really hurt them, and it showed just for a little bit in the beginning, but they just needed to warm up, and they're bringing their full game. They're bringing everything now, and they're not giving me nominations. Why? And I don't think we're doing interviews because Tater-Tots have left, unless you
Huh?
want to interview White Walkers.
Yeah, we can interview White Walkers.
Okay. Looks like the nominations from White Walkers are Psychomantis and Mugen Cypher tonight. Psychomantis, of course, was doing really well on that DPS. His May was kind of giving White Walkers a bit of trouble. Mugen, of course, always having really good reses, and his Lucio was on point tonight.
Yeah, especially there on Hanamura playing pretty well. They were doing pretty good on their round 4 defense with the Lucio. But
No, Charles, you can't do the Taters interview. I don't understand why Charles wants to come into the interview so badly. He's so shy and bashful. He will just sit here quietly.
well, in terms of talking about MVPs, I mean, Psycho and Mugen did play pretty well, but I gotta say I'm feeling a sweep from the White Walkers. It just felt like in every position they were
They
getting
give
the
to
better.
Sordon and Bloom. Which
The
even-
only
Even then, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say the one player I would probably give MVP to on the Tater-Tots is Psychomantis, but how can you deny Bleem after his performance today? I mean, he was dominating on all types of different heroes. Echo there at the end, incredible on the Mei, on Hanamura, getting so many picks as Hanzo on Ilios. I mean,
Even as McCree, yeah, every hero he played tonight was just exceptional.
Yeah, and they
Yeah,
are
you
gonna-
can't not give it to Bleem. Even though Pog was being really troublesome for the Taters
all of the DPS from
on
White Walker,
Tracer.
Psycho Zordon had
Psycho
another great game
Zordon
too.
was, of course, is always ridiculous tonight.
But Bleem definitely, it felt like they were just playing a lot more of the impactful heroes there, especially on Hanamura, the Mei, and the McCree. It just felt like, I don't know, that just felt like Bleem was really causing a lot of problems for Tater-Tots, more so. Pog was really playing well though there on the Tracer, on those, especially on that last map there, Dorado. So, man, all of these DPS really deserve a nod this week, but I will say it has been a little bit. I'm not 100% sure actually if we've given. Have we given Bleem an MVP this season?
I want to say maybe yes, but I can't be sure.
It actually does not look like it, so
No, it'll be his first on DPS.
So, yeah, first time on DPS, had a lot on tank last year, so it's not like
Of course. And
it's
who?
not like he's
Okay,
been starving for MVPs since he's entered the league, but
who are we thinking for tank and support? Support, I kind of want to either lean in with Siptail.
Ziptail was playing incredibly well on
She was
that
getting
Baptiste.
really, yeah, her
So many
Baptiste
great
was doing
immortality
really good.
fields.
And even her
Defi-
getting aggressive as Baptiste, I think she took out Organic Hail a couple times.
Yeah, for sure. Yusuchiki also playing a good game. Kron Goblin unfortunately only playing that one map, but he looks really great on that Zen too. But
definitely.
yeah, it definitely felt like Ziptail really stood out today. As for tank, I was
We
personally
had
leaning
Reflex,
towards.
Richard, Deer, and I think so with we had it on White Walkers.
We obviously saw Richard playing the first two, or playing all the maps, and Reflex playing the first two, and Musketeer playing the last two maps. But I gotta say, I loved the off-tank play today, so I am feeling like giving it to either Reflex or Musketeer today. I think they really severely were outplaying McBrantis today, and McBrantis is usually pretty good on that off-tank role, but it felt like McBrantis, especially on the Diva, just wasn't getting a lot of value, and I feel like a lot of that was excellent play from Reflex on that Zarya, so
I think I'm gonna lean more towards Reflex, only because he did play his Diva play in Iconvolve was really good. Especially like
yeah,
spy checking for Psychomantics whenever he had
that's true.
EMP. And he even played Sigma and he played Zarya, of course. So I'm leaning a bit more towards Reflex. Even though Deer did play really good on Zarya.
And Richard did too. Like, everyone who played for White Walkers tonight looked really great. But yeah, I'm definitely feeling Reflex, Bleem, Ziptail.
Okay.
I think
Really?
that'll
Yeah, that'll.
really.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. And I'll let them know
And
whenever
as
they're ready, they can hop in.
as for Tater-Tots, they were on the 2-game winning streak, so not all is lost for them this season. They've still looked a lot better lately, and they will get a chance to bounce back next week. Actually, do they? I almost wonder if they
Dang,
have.
Charles. I barely just typed that in. He already joined.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, Charles.
Well,
Hello, Kitty.
there he is.
I missed you.
It's
I missed you too, Charles.
Charles.
No MVP for you
It's
today,
me.
though.
Really? Okay, I'm gonna delete this tweet
Hello?
then. Thank you.
Hey, what's going on?
You can
Charles-
leave. I didn't get MVP.
Oh,
we can
Charles
leave the interview.
didn't
Oh
get
my
MVP,
God,
but
Charles.
Bleem did.
Let's go! Did he get it? Did he get it for his for his
my
shatter?
360
Echo?
midair shatter.
Yes.
That was pretty incredible. But
Not what I
overall,
wanted,
playing the Mei on Hanamura there, that was impressive. Right off the bat, playing Hanzo on Ilios. Just no matter what DPS you were playing, you were popping tonight.
Except Bastion, unfortunately.
True.
Yeah, kind of a little bit. I mean, you gotta give it to because Taters had really good rotations on Amura, so.
Yeah, that was Psycho made a really made a really good play of like standing in choke, or like he stayed in choke, and like I just didn't have really good angles to play. That was good on him.
So, my first question, as always, for you guys, what was your plans going into this game? What were you looking out for against the Tater-Tots?
We were mostly looking at our map record, and we wanted to keep it as pristine as possible. So we just
And you
came in
did that.
and played our game.
Yeah, I
And
think
you've-
one thing we've been doing like the past week is like we had like our comps down, like what we want to run on the map, and like we just kind of did not stray from that really at all. Like if we practice certain comp, maybe we switch a hero or two here or there, but like we were just running exactly what we practiced for the most part until they made us switch, and I think it showed.
So far this season, and we were raving all day about these DPS players, and I just gotta ask, like, how is it just having this embarrassment of riches between you, Bleem, Pog, and Psycho Zordon? I mean, is there a hero that you can't run, or is there a DPS comp you can't run?
So
Bastion.
So one of the interesting things is, like, I think if you ask me, Psycho, or Pog, like, with how we would characterize like our DPS hero pool, like we'd probably tell you more like all of us would tell you more like flex DPS, but I'm slowly learning that I'm comfortable in every hero besides like a couple, and then Pog's really flexible and Psycho's pretty flexible, and then once we get Pandert back, we'll just have a hit scan god. So I think we'll be like pretty much everything will be filled in.
We
That
were
is
a
true.
little stressed about the hit scan roll, but between Bleem playing McCree, Pog playing Ashe, and Psycho popping off on Widow, we actually just kind of have the sniper slots covered as well. So we were a little worried about waiting for Panda to serve the map bans. But yeah, turns out these folks just flexed over, so easy peasy.
And so my other question to ask is, looking ahead for next week, you guys got a great battle against I Need Healing, and what are you looking forward to for that game?
Well, they're currently at a +3 map differential, so if we can put that into the negatives, that'd be great.
Ooh, already claiming they're gonna get the 4-0. I like the confidence.
I mean, honestly, there's no.
Me too.
I'm not someone that like watches every single game that happens here. Gaming Kirby, that's kind of your style to really know the league really deep. But there isn't anything we're super stressing about here. Just kind of show up, do what we need to do. We've scrimmed them before, and we've done okay. They're really yeah. I mean, we were just talking about this. Dylan is pretty good, and also a thick boy. So
Oh my
lots
God.
of respect towards him. So we have to make sure that we don't get sad on there. But other than that, we're feeling pretty good heading into this. We're just gonna do what we do best. A lot of our prep doesn't really involve planning too much around the other team. It's just what we do best, and we just play our game.
Yeah, it seemed like when we scrimmed them last time, they were trying some new stuff, and like I feel like that's pretty like good to see. Like, you know, if a team's trying new stuff, that means they're already comfortable in the stuff that they're comfortable at, and they feel like they're good enough to beat people, right? So like, if they're adding more comps to their bag, that makes them even a little bit more threatening.
Yeah, and that appears to be what you guys have been doing as well, you know, trying to get Richard to play more Wrecking Ball here, and he's been great so far on that, trying to get, you know...
It's a new
maybe-
hero he has been learning. He has never played Wrecking Ball before. And he doesn't ask to play it every chance he gets.
But, Kitty, do you have any additional questions for these two?
More not of a question, but I guess a request for next week. Make sure you put Psycho Zordon in and put him to run Echo, because I want to see his Echo against Senior McFluff.
Oh,
Just because I know
Who
you
is
guys have
Senior
seen
McFluff?
Senior McFluff's been running Echo like a
plays Echo
lot, and
for-
he's been really
He's been
really
dominant.
yeah, he's one of the
dominating.
better
What did he-
Echoes in
What
tier
did he
3, I think.
win? 4 consecutive DPS MVPs?
Yes, mainly
Yeah,
for
I
that
think
Echo.
2 of them were given by me.
So yeah, just tell Zordon play Echo, please. Pretty please.
Yeah,
That
we'll,
would be
we'll
a
have
very
to
good
try to
Echo
echo diff
battle.
him. Maybe we'll
We'll
do
make
like
this
a
work. We do have the best Psycho in the league. There are a couple Psychos.
as
sitting around.
confirmed
Our
of
Psycho,
today.
Ooh.
We
I
confirmed today
mean,
that
we
there
did
is no
see
way to
Psycho
debate.
Mantis take out Psycho Zordon a couple of times here and there. So
Okay. The real question here is, Kitty, which Psycho got teabagged by the other Psycho? You know what I'm saying? Like that's
yeah,
that's how
I caught
judge
that too.
a person's
So
character. Okay. And I think
and-
that's the only fair way to really think about this. And I think there's no
Right.
more debate anymore. And if you disagree, your opinion is wrong.
Of course.
And I gotta say, like, huge props to Reflex there for scouting for the Sombra at the end of Eichenwald and getting that pick. That was massive.
That was
Right,
all
and-
we were yelling about in comms, actually. Like, we were like, 30, like, they're gonna EMP, they're gonna EMP, they're gonna EP. Like, if we catch the Sombra, we win. And the moment the Sombra died, we knew we just had to clean up, because that was their win condition. The way we were positioned there, I made sure I was really far from Chicky, so our supports were really far away from each other. We made sure we were all played really split to make sure the EMP wasn't going to be super enormous, and we weren't even looking at choke or the spawns. We were just looking for the Sombra, and I'm glad we found him.
Yeah, I was actually really surprised from the bench that you guys found her, because I heard her on the left side and you guys were spy checking right side, and I was like, there's no way they're gonna find her. She's gonna EMP from behind. And then you just found her right side. I was like, what? It's weird.
Yeah, and almost for that reason, we did give Reflex the tank MVP, and for support MVP, we gave it to Ziptail, who was also playing incredibly well. So,
Shout out Ziptail. She's one of my favorite supports I've ever played with. I'm just a big fan of her, and Bleem. And I would like to shout out her dog Mike.
Yeah, shout out to Zipto's dog, Mike. Yeah.
Yeah, she's
What
a
a
cool
legend.
dog. That's all. Yeah, so Chad, if we can show Zip some love,
And her dog.
she's cool, but her dog Mike is cooler.
Alright, but I think that was
well, I
that's
think
all I
that
had, honestly.
will... Yeah, that's it for me. Have any other closing statements? You too. I know you always have lots of stuff to say.
I'm really shy and bashful, so I'm gonna sit this one out actually.
Are you sure, Charles? It's your last chance.
Okay. Are you guys ready? I'm gonna tell you guys a fun fact.
Okay, I'm ready.
I need you guys to like hype me up though. Like somebody like please be like, no, Charles, like I'm really excited to hear this.
Oh my god, Charles,
Okay, I
you
need
gotta say this.
Come on, Charles,
Like
what
that.
is
Okay, are you ready?
I'm
Yes,
so
are you ready?
intrigued.
Tell us,
Are you
Charles.
ready?
I want to hear
I'm
this
ready.
right now. Okay, bye.
Wait, I have one conclusive statement. Charles really sucks at cup pong. Oh, that's my last statement.
Okay, well,
Okay.
goodbye. That is
Well,
one way to end an interview.
Thanks everybody who was here. We do end with White Walkers taking the 4-0 victory over Tater-Tots, and our MVPs being aka Reflex, Bleem, and Siptail. So we'll see you guys tomorrow for the beginning of our tier 2 games.
Yeah, triple header tomorrow. One of them will be casted on Kitty's personal account, I believe, correct?
Yes, it'll be Iconic
So-
Moves versus Valkyries, so I'm sure we'll
Keep
see
your
what
eyes
that-
peeled for that. The other two games will be on the other two channels as per usual, so that will be exciting, but thank you for watching.
And good night.
We'll see you next time.